Good afternoon and welcome to my collaborative team's CollaborEAT Live. CollaborEAT Live provides digestible content to both professionals and the public on a variety of topics relating to the collaborative process. Our episodes consist of topics driven by our followers and our members. They range from ethical considerations, best practices, problem solving, marketing, and other specialized topics relating to the collaborative practice tools, and more. CollaborEAT Live provides thought-provoking conversation and educational information about the collaborative process. Today, we are fortunate to have Nancy Smith and Layla Parvez. Nancy has been practicing law since 1992. She started her practice in busy litigation firms in Montpelier and Rutland, Vermont, with a focus on civil, criminal, and family law. She also worked at Vermont Legal Aid, representing victims of domestic violence and people with psychiatric diagnoses in mental health civil commitment proceedings. Nancy began her solo private practice in 2005 and works exclusively in the area of family law. Nancy is a member of the Vermont Bar Association and the International Academy of Collaborative Professionals. She has received advanced training in and practices collaborative divorce, mediation, and litigation in Vermont Family Court. She is also licensed in the state of New York. Layla is a family law attorney and mediator at the law offices of Bart Carey in Orange County, California. After attending college in Iran, Layla decided to move to the United States to pursue a legal career. Her mission was to serve children, and she knew a legal career in the US would offer her the opportunity. Prior to practicing family law mediation, she was minors counsel, where she recognized challenges in the court system made it difficult to bring efficient resolution to families. Since then, Layla has made it her mission to bring peace to families by helping them navigate the difficult process of divorce with respect, understanding, and dignity through non-adversarial, non-court caring processes such as mediation and collaborative practice. Currently, Layla is a board member of Collaborative Divorce Solutions of Orange County. Welcome, Layla and Nancy.
Thank you, Rebecca, for having us.
I was invited to Clubhouse probably 3 months ago, and 3 months later, I still haven't figured it out. Tell us about Clubhouse.
Sure, thanks. So I was invited to Clubhouse during a Woody Mostyn's Susan Guthrie training. And they were just talking about it as a social marketing opportunity. I'm like, so I typed in, what is Clubhouse? Because I didn't know. And then some sweet colleague of ours, Adrian Holland from Florida, sent me an invitation, because it's an invitation only app at that time. And it was only available at that time on iPhones, but now it's available on Androids as well. And it's basically an online audio application that you run from your phone, and you engage in live conversations with people across the world on a variety of topics. And it's quite astounding and very interesting, and it has, I think, some impact for us as collaborative professionals to be able to spread the word, to be able to educate clients, potential clients, people from a variety of different disciplines, and to make friends and to build relationships across a variety of interesting sectors.
I know that my kids, who are all professionals, are using it to make contacts and connections in their chosen fields, which is why I originally brought it to my collaborative team and said, we need to get on this. And the next thing I knew, within that same week, the two of you were on it. So how did you get started, and how do people find you on Clubhouse?
Layla, why don't you take this one?
So yeah, it's a very good way to find like-minded people in your field. There is a lot of like lawyer groups room, and the good thing is like there's not a lot of people in there, so like I would say there are like regular people there. So like if you kind of like show up regularly in their events or shows, at some point you would know those people, and they would invite you to their program to guest, and it's a very good way to connect with like different people. And, you know, as Nancy was saying, it's a live audio. So it's literally like this, imagine like a castle, and it has all these rooms, and you can go from one room to another room, close that door of one room and then open another room. And it's just like variety of information, and kind of like a live podcast. And
Are you finding that more professionals or consumers are coming into your room? And what is the name of your room?
okay, so let me also answer the other part of your question. The way that you can find us, once you join the app, like somebody invite, obviously first you have to download it, but then after you download it, someone like me or Nancy or whoever else has the Clubhouse account needs to invite you to the platform. And then once you join, it's kind of like it has a search section, and under the search section, it has people versus clubs. If you want to like look for me, you choose people, and then you type my name. If you want to find our club, you choose the club, and then you type collaborative divorce. And, you know, then it shows, you know, the name of us, whether you're looking at the people or the club.
Give us the name of your room.
It's called the Collaborative Divorce Club. And I just held that space so that all of us in our collaborative community could have a place to go. Anybody can create a room under that club. And it's just sort of a clearinghouse for us to come as collaborative professionals. And right now, it's mostly Layla and I holding the space on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a variety of different topics. Sometimes we invite guests. So if anybody has a special niche that they are interested in, they want to talk about for an hour, let us know, and we can invite you on as a guest. And then we can just share the space. And then whoever comes, it's kind of random, but the more you engage in the platform and the more people that either follow you or that you follow and that the club generates, more people will come in that are out there in the hallway, they call it, on Clubhouse. So there's multiple millions of people on the app at any time. It goes 24 hours a day. And I think the goal for us, is to have several rooms a week. And the more all of us are engaged in the platform, if you enjoy it, it's almost like having a radio show or a podcast, and you can either engage in very substantive conversations, or we can even have a welcome to Clubhouse opportunity, which I think we're going to be planning for like next week, and then have people come on and we can just practice together. Because like Rebecca said, that feeling of maybe you get onto a room and by accident you end up in a room and you're like, oh no, I don't want to be here. There's a leave quietly, and you can just like get out very quickly, and nobody's offended. You don't have to say, I gotta go, or I'm in the wrong place. You don't have to speak. You can just listen. You can, take your time with it and explore all the different interests that you have besides just being a lawyer and besides just collaborative divorce. We're holding the collaborative divorce space, but when I got on, there are so many options that whatever you're interested, whether it's music or art or language or travel or food or poetry, whatever you're into, there's a room for it. And there are people that are like-minded and at a high level of value. People are giving their time, their energy, their expertise to show up in a room and to add value to a conversation. That's pretty much the basics of it. And the reason why people do it. There is some monetization going on, but that's sort of like for marketing people, and that's not really my cup of tea. But if you wanted to create a room and you wanted to somehow monetize, you could. The app allows that. But generally speaking, it's just to give value and to learn and to grow as a human being and to make authentic connections. So when you're on the app, say Layla and I are having a room and we're inviting a guest, and any one of you could be available to be a guest on the room. And we have it for that 1 hour. It's not recorded, it's live, and then it's gone. So you won't be able to go back to an old room. It'll say the room is already closed, and that's intentional. Sometimes rooms go on for days. People engage in conversations and they can go on for 24 hours, or people who get super enthusiastic at the very beginning when they first started on the app, they would have rooms and they would be like marathons. We're not doing that. We're just kind of carving out time so that we could create an opportunity for like-minded professionals to come together and engage in asking curious questions and engaging in interesting conversations.
And how are you finding people like Kristen Bolt or Kim Wright to come speak with you?
well, I think Eric somehow brought in Kristen Bolt. She just showed up in the room one day, and it was maybe Layla happens to be very gifted in bringing in very cool people. So I don't know if Kristen came in through Layla or somebody else, but she just showed up, and then she started talking about conscious contracts. And I Googled conscious contracts, and it turns out that Kim Wright is the guru of conscious contracts, among other things. And then I just asked her whether she'd be willing to come in for an hour and be a guest. And she graciously said yes. And then I read her bio and realized that she is a super powerhouse of system change and thought leadership in our community. So I'm excited, to have her on, but I'm also excited to meet everybody else who's out there in our community, shifting paradigms and changing the way people engage in their divorce process.
And Layla, are you meeting every week at the same time?
Yes, Wednesday, it's 9 a.m. my time in California, Nancy's noon. And I just wanted to add to what Nancy was saying, Dr. Deborah Gilman, for those of you that know her, like a lot of times show up to our room, and, she just drop all these mental jewels and amazing tips and tools. Everybody was like, oh, I wish we had like pen and paper next to us. And we all know like how, like, rather than attending like 2-3 days of conference and then maybe 1 hour of that, you would hear, for example, Dr. Deborah Gilman speaks, you have it here live on a one-on-one conversation, and
Amazing.
you can talk and ask questions. It was wonderful.
That's right. That's right. And Jacinta came to.
More professionals are coming in, or members of the public as well?
It depends on what we name the topic, I think is what I'm starting to find. And sometimes people from the community come in and they're interested in either the positive divorce movement, or a lot of divorce coaching people come in, or people that are just getting divorced. There's a lot of divorce rooms. If you go on to the club section and you're searching for divorce and you look under clubs, there's a whole list, and there's going to be some pictures you'll be able to see. There's 30 clubs about the topic of divorce. And so you just find your people and like definitely come to our club so that we can all build our collaborative community. And then within that, we can all, whatever you're interested in, you can have your own space, and you and your practice groups could get on, and people could be on, we could be on that platform pretty much covering it, from the East Coast to the West Coast, to Australia, if we wanted to have our friends from Australia come in on and host conversations, and they could be happening on any topic. And all of us have the capacity to do this, because honestly, I hadn't done no social media other than LinkedIn, and I needed to hire a professional to help me with that. But now this thing is fun. I just find it very fun, and we can curate conversations. We can bring in each other. We can cross-pollinate each other's rooms, and also find people from other rooms and other areas that we're interested in, because everybody's been impacted by divorce. And so whether you're in the art club, or you're in the poetry club, or you're in the philosophy club, or you're listening to music, when people read your bio, because we'll talk about that too, they'll see that you're a lawyer, they'll see that you're serious, or that you're a mental health professional, or that you're a financial neutral. They'll know that you have skills. Everybody on the app has something of value to offer. So it's also about your personality and what you're into and what you're interested in, and getting over, for me, like being shy, like raising my hand and adding something. I'm like, do I really have anything of value to add? But I think I have to get over that. You all have to get over that, and raise your hand and participate in the conversations, because we do have a lot of value to add, especially in some of those divorce rooms that are heavily dominated by litigation sort of mindset, and offering that opportunity for people in the audience who may not know about the options yet. So I think that's how Layla and I met. We met in one of those rooms.
And as the host, do you have to be in the room, or can other people host on your behalf?
Yeah, other people can host on our behalf. We don't have to be in the room.
Okay.
And I think you should let us know, so that we know what's happening, and I can either change it so that I don't have to be there, or if you want me there, either one of us, we can certainly be there to help.
So just so I understand, the club room collaborative divorce, if somebody wants to schedule a session at some time other than 12 noon on Wednesday, somebody could say, I would like to host this session at this time, and simply open up the room and do that?
Yes.
Okay. And are there any controls at all on how that happens?
No, which is why we all have to be on our best behavior.
Okay. All right. I think when you join Clubhouse, don't you have to agree to behave in a certain way to be on Clubhouse?
I don't know. I think that each club has their own rules. We don't have any rules. We haven't gotten that structured about it, but basically but you have to, what I would say is you do need to maintain control over your room. And there are different ways of moderating rooms, and who you allow to be a moderator offers a lot of control. Because if you bring in somebody that you don't know, randomly you met, and you bring them in to be a moderator in your room, they could kick you out of your own room. And then all of a sudden your room is starting about something else that's entirely not what you were intending.
Okay.
So you want to sort of know what you're doing before you start having rooms. And just, it doesn't take long, a couple of weeks of playing on the app and watching other people and other moderators who really run successful rooms. You can see they're very orderly. They have an order of go of who's going to speak next. You pull people up onto the stage. People raise their hands. They say, I'd like to speak. And then you sit there and sometimes you wait until everybody else has gone before you. And so it is an investment of time. So practicing on the weekend might be nice, but you could also listen in on conversations while you're working, if you can do that, multitasking.
And another thing that I wanted, our time up? Is our time up?
Go ahead.
Oh, another thing I wanted to say is like any other social media, this is a great opportunity for us to spread the word, not just through our own club, but just the way of each one of us would have the opportunity to go and attend whatever room it is that is of our interest to us. So for example, I am from originally Iran. So when I go to Farsi speaking rooms, whether it's a psychology or like anything, like introduce your business, and I talk about it or participate or say something about divorce, then I'll get recognized as this person in that field. And then some people follow me. So then when we open our collaborative divorce room, people see that Layla now it's in this room with Nancy and other people. So they might get interested and join our room. So obviously, everybody has limited time. So I can only go to like, let's say the Persian clubs or whatever, but like some people might have interest in another department. So this way we can further spread our message.
Excellent. All right. So just remind us one more time when you meet.
So right now it's every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And usually I send out a link or a share about the post on LinkedIn. And right now that's our main day, but we're looking to add additional days. And we're looking for folks who are interested in co-moderating, who have ideas, who want to commit to a weekly session, or at least, whatever you can commit to, I think is really how we start. And we're just building it from the bottom up here. So we need help in your support.
Perfect. Well, Layla and Nancy, thank you so much. I have learned something new that I've been trying to learn for at least 4 months now, and it's been a pleasure having you. If you are interested in being on CollaborEAT's Live, please reach out to us at info@mycollaborativeteam.com. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you for having us.